Hello, ladies. Good Monday afternoon. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. I certainly did. It was beautiful. We had a good time. We enjoyed ourselves. Hung out with my family. Did some stuff. Ate really well, and all that sort of stuff. So we had a good time over the weekend, and have just been in general enjoying ourselves. So I've come in today with another vlog. And today I'm doing a vlog called The Big Picture. And the reason I'm calling it The Big Picture and talking about the big picture is I want black women who are into interracial dating to kind of see the big picture as it goes media wise. I know other people do stuff media wise and all that stuff about media and this and that. I'm not a person that does stuff about media because I don't take the definition of who I am from media. I don't really, it's not like they're going to do something fantastic to make me feel fantastic about myself. So why even worry about them, and stuff. And, no use in moaning and groaning about stuff when you're not actually going to take any action towards changing anything. So, I just figured shut up. But today I'm talking about this because I've known there are some other blogs regarding black women that I've seen that have been celebrating the relationship of Serena Williams and the this new gentleman that she's dating, her coach. His name is Patrick. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his last name. I hate to butcher his last name and stuff. And they're celebrating it. And so I was talking, went out to lunch with someone who's a good friend of mine. We're both into black women's empowerment and black women, interracially dating and all kinds of things. Black women knowing that they, have some power over their lives and their decision making and stuff. And so the reason I'm talking about this is because she was talking about him, and we were talking about blogs are just celebrating this, people jumping up and down. I was like, this, people so excited and stuff. And she's like, that guy is married. And I was like, who's married? And she's like, Serena Williams, this dude she's dating. And I'm just like, married? I was like, why are people celebrating this if he's married? I was like, that's not good. That's not, and me as a married woman, I don't celebrate people, having relationships with married people. That's not, I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's a black woman, white man, that doesn't make any difference. As a married person, I don't, that's not anything for me to rah rah and stuff. And so I went on the internet today, and I've got links to those two articles. I went on the internet today to try to figure out whether or not he was married, and the consensus is that people think he is, or that he may be separated or something, but people aren't really sure. But as of last December, it looks like he was still married to this woman. And I felt sad for Serena Williams because Serena, I follow her on Twitter, and I know it's been kind of hard for her, and she's been down on love for a while. And for her to find somebody, and then it end up being this sort of messy situation, because this really is a messy situation, and stuff. And people are like, well, you can't help who you love, blah blah blah. Yeah, crap, that's bullshit. You can help who you love. You can help that. That's people just don't fall into stuff. You can make a choice. You always have a choice. Okay, that's crap. I don't even believe that. And it's inappropriate if he is married or separated, which it looks like he probably is. And like I say, I'm not really going to say anything because it may be just gossip. I don't like celebrity gossip and stuff. But really, the gist of this is not just about Serena Williams and maybe dating a dude that is married or separated, or some messy relationship she's having with some guy and stuff, and black women are celebrating just because the dude is white and his magical whiteness. It's to stop this kind of thing that's going on with many black women bloggers and who are into interracial dating, that every time some celebrity is dating a black woman, they're all excited about it and stuff. And it's really great. I'm not saying it's not great, it's not nice and stuff, but it's better when somebody's married, when getting married. There was a gentleman who was the basketball star that married the woman a few months ago. That deserves celebrating. He married her. He committed to her. He locked her down, and stuff. And that's the thing. If a man really wants to be with you, he's going to try to lock you down. Now, I don't know what's going on with Serena Williams, but people like Fassi and Nicole Bahari and, people were all up in arms about that. And they're a cute couple, but he has yet to really commit to this woman. And they've been together for a while and stuff. When he locks Nicole down, when he puts when you hear about an engagement ring or them getting married, then I'll get real excited about him dating her. Now that's great that he does. And he dated another black woman, and he dated Zoe Kravitz and stuff, and they broke up. It's great, but it's not anything to get all psyched and happy about because some white man noticed black women and wanted to date them. We're celebrating too much stuff that's really just kind of ordinary crap. Just kind of stuff that's just sort of ordinary stuff that's not even spectacular or wonderful. Now, the marriage of, like I say, the gentleman that was the basketball player and his wife, or the marriage of the Maori sister to Adam Housley, when dudes lock a girl down, when they decide to put a ring on it and marry her, then that's a thing I want to celebrate when it comes to black women and non-black men. I want to celebrate that, because what that is telling the world is that yes, someone really wants black women and wants to commit to us, okay? Not just have us as a girlfriend or a little sex partner or whatever. Once again, anybody can fuck anybody. That's easy. That's not even hard, and stuff. Anybody could do all that. I don't know why anybody is championing that and rah-rahing that and thinking that that's wonderful. Black women, and I've seen them again and again, black women can and have gotten quality and, great, non-black guys that usually that's when I see black women dating interracial, that's all they got, and stuff is a really great guy and stuff, and if they're married to the guy and stuff, he's a great guy. He's a really quality guy. He loved that woman, so he committed to that woman. But these long datings, and long started dragging on, and this stuff in the media attention that people keep hyping up like it's just this really big deal and stuff, is getting a little bit on my nerves, and stuff. It's a little much for me. The big picture is, if you decided you want, people to see you as desirable, then they want to see you as marriage material, not dating material. Because dudes will date anybody. They'll do that to anybody, okay, and wouldn't commit in a marriage to them and stuff, and would still date them and have them dangling on the string for years and years, just like any other man, okay, just like any black guy would do to a black woman. A non-black man would do the same thing, okay? He can have you dangling forever and never commit to you and stuff. So all this celebration of the celebration of Serena's thing, which is now to me just tragic, because I hope he's not married, because then it would just be another tragic. Now she's set up as kind of this side piece chick and stuff, and she's gonna get her feelings hurt again. I don't want that for her, and stuff. I mean, this is not the first time Serena's dated non-black men and stuff. And so I'm not really sure why she's making this kind of bad decision, the decision to date somebody that is, separated or, still married. And even if you're separated, you're still married. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. You're still married to someone else. Okay. What is there to celebrate about there? What is there to rah-rah about that? And stuff. We really need to be careful when we're doing this. We want people to get another image of black women and non-black men together. But if this is the image you're putting out and this stuff is coming out, if you're talking about if everybody's all concerned about media and how media is going to make us look and blah, 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 and on your blog or on your website, you're putting this information out like it's just really wonderful and fantastic, and come to find out, yeah, now she's become this mistress, and stuff. Yeah, that's not positive for the way people look at black women in interracial relationships. The situation with Naomi Campbell and her boyfriend, yeah, that's cool and everything, but she's just a mistress. That's all she is. She's just a mistress. He's still married, ain't never gonna get divorced. and stuff, and they just gonna be together, and he's just gonna drag her everywhere and all this stuff, it's just while he's taking care of her and taking care of his wife. Now listen, you're gonna lock me down, I'm gonna be the only woman, I'm gonna get the benefit of everything that the man has. If he's getting the benefit of everything I have, I need to get the benefit of everything he has. I shouldn't be sharing him with another. We black women are mad and talking about how we're so upset when we hear that black women are sharing black men. But somehow, when you hear about a black woman, it's coming. When you hear about a black woman sharing a non-black man or something, just because he's rich or because he's white or whatever, somehow all our morals just go out the window, and stuff. All our common sense just leaves and stuff. That's not okay. I don't give people passes. I'm not that person. I don't give people passes. I know people are always trying to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. People are always trying to make a comment on here about me giving white men passes, blah, blah. I don't give anybody passes. Nobody gets passes with me. Everybody gets held to the same standard, okay? And so I'm really, it's offensive to me, especially as a married woman, okay, for somebody to be dating somebody else's husband. Okay? That's offensive to me. It's offensive to me because I'm married. I'm in a committed marriage, and stuff. What would I do if my husband was dating somebody else? Some of these places are places where black women have a husband and no, it's not okay. That's not anything that's going to be celebrated on here. I'm committed to black women having good, productive lives. Okay? I'm committed to black women being in marriages and relationships that are all about them. Okay? Not about them and a wife and some girlfriends or whatever. About them. That they deserve to be treated well and as prizes, and stuff. Now, Serena Williams has a lot of money. And someone is very successful. From what I know from this gentleman, he's also very successful. I don't know, maybe that's just some people do in the other world of, sports celebrity or celebrity world. I don't know. In celebrity world, it's different, and stuff. But in the real world, you can't make yourself some side woman for some guy and think it's okay, just because, well, he's a white guy and, well, he's married to that white chick, so she don't really matter and stuff, because of the underlying hatred that some black women have for white women. They seem to think that it's okay. It's nothing to be celebrated. That's nothing that looks good. Okay. When everybody was talking about Paul Ryan and the black woman he dated, and I just kept thinking, and what do that mean? It don't mean nothing. So he dated a black woman in college. Yeah, I dated a couple of Hispanic dudes in college. What do that mean? It means absolutely nothing. But I swear black women was hanging on to that like it was their last hope. And it's like, oh my God, black women, stop feeling so inferior about yourself. Stop hanging on to crumbs. I mean, this is literally people fighting and hanging on to crumb stuff, to stuff that's beneath people and stuff, stuff that we shouldn't even be, making a big deal about. There are other black women bloggers that are saying the same thing that I'm saying. I'm going to celebrate for, and I talk about celebrity just when I talk about the guys, but if I'm going to celebrate a celebrity or do celebrity stuff, which you probably will never see on here, because that's just not my bag and stuff. But if I'm going to celebrate a celebrity, then I really do want to celebrate more of people being married than people just being hooked up in some dating thing where they're dating forever and they're not really committed. And, he's just got her hanging on and she's just dragging around and he's just, running her from place to place and all this stuff. And she's giving all she's got, but he's only kind of half giving what he's got and stuff. I want to celebrate people being committed. You want black women seen in another way? Celebrate men committing to black women, not men just dating or screwing black women. That don't mean nothing, okay? That is really insignificant, okay? And should not even be, that should be talked about in a passing sense. And then after you see those folks dating for a while and he still hasn't locked her down or hasn't committed to her, you need to let that go, okay? That needs to be done. And stuff. So, all this talk of all this and, different stuff and stuff like this. Yeah, Somebody needs to stand up and say, here's the big picture. The big picture is I do not want to see black women in dysfunctional relationships with white men. Why? What for? How is that going to help us? How is that helping black women? I do not want to see them in those sort of relationships with white men. I don't want to see them in those sort of relationships with black men. Why would I ever think it was something to rah and celebrate if it was a black man? Really? I mean, if it was a white man, really? Why? Why would that ever be anything to celebrate? Because see, she's still at the same level. She's still not getting the things that she deserves. Okay? And now this may just turn into a big hot mess at the end. And so I'm not really understanding that. I don't know if people know. I don't know if people had heard that, and stuff, but I'm thinking people maybe need to do some better research or something. But, even the thought that that might be it, I'm like, yeah, that's not even anything to celebrate. That's not anything to try and show black women that they need to try and emulate, and stuff. There are ways to have good committed relationships, and interracial relationships and stuff, but you have to, have some standards, ladies. Okay? That's the point. Have some standards, okay, about you and what you do and who you bring into your life, because if you don't, then you end up with your feelings hurt and you end up heartbroken and, and all that stuff. You need some standards. You need some standards, okay, and stuff. So stop celebrating these folks with these kind of half-cocked relationships and all this stuff, people doing half, stop celebrating that stuff. Stop rah-rahing it. Stop putting it on stuff. Stop saying it's a wonderful thing. It's not. It's not a good thing. And, it's not anything that you want to be. I swear I was on a blog and they said that, and actually I was like, oh yeah, that's great. I'm glad she's dating somebody. But now that I learned all this, I'm just thinking this is going to be really tragic, and stuff, and it's just, it's gonna be tragic, but you have to set standards yourself if you want to get, a quality man, and you have to be quality yourself, and stuff, that her, I'm not trying to call her a home wrecker or blah blah or whatever. I'm not doing all that. I'm just calling her, here's a poor woman that's about to have her feelings hurt because, she's been duped, and stuff. She's participating in something and she doesn't even know what she's participating in and stuff, wanting to be committed with someone and stuff, and then getting caught up in as I've said lots of times, magical whiteness, thinking that somehow he's better, and stuff, just by his white skin and everything, and getting caught up in that and not really looking at the real picture of who he is and how he treats you. So, let's just be real. Let's be honest, and stuff. So, I'm just telling you, and this is just my opinion. You can have whatever other opinion you have, but I want black women, please, I want you to see the big picture when it comes to these things. So I'll talk to everybody later on this week, and see you then. Bye.